everyone, this is Heavyweight Hopeful. I'm making my first ever YouTube video. I have been interested in weight loss surgery for probably about the last 2 or 3 years now. It's kind of been more like a fantasy, like a what if, like I really wish I could do that. I feel like I probably qualify and it would probably be a great thing for me, but it's not something I had really thought could become a reality until just, I think it was this week actually. I was doing my normal kind of research on the procedures, and I came across the website for Bon Secours Weight Loss Institute here in Hampton Roads, Virginia, and they had a little link on there that said, do I qualify? So I clicked on it and I put in my height and weight and my gender, and it came out with a BMI of around 40. I also have sleep apnea, which is one of the comorbidity qualifications, I guess, where if you're between 35 and 40 BMI, that at least my insurance will help pay for, and the doctors will see you and consider weight loss surgery for you. So I went ahead and called them, which was kind of brave for me because I don't normally like to talk to people on the phone. I guess I'm one of those people who would rather just text or email. I'm kind of shy. So again, that's why me making a YouTube video is really kind of odd, and I just never thought I would be doing something like this. But anyway, so I called and I left a message and they never called me back. So I called again a few days later, which was again really brave for me, because to do it once was one thing, but to do it twice to me was like, okay, like I feel like I'm getting serious about this. So they actually did call me back the same day that time. They had an opening for this Friday, which is tomorrow, at 9:30 in the morning. So I have to be there a half hour early to fill out paperwork and do all the normal stuff you got to do at places where you've never been for doctor's offices. They called a couple times to confirm, and I'm feeling really nervous about it because it just seems real now. Like before, it was always like a fantasy, something that I had always wanted to do, but just didn't have either the courage or the means to do. And so right now, I'm sort of in the research phase. I have been, oh my gosh, just researching every spare minute I have on my lunch, on my breaks, all night long after I get home. And like I said, I've been kind of researching a lot over the last 2 or 3 years. So I feel like I have all the facts about how the surgery works down. And I've read some, testimonials and seen a lot of before and after pictures and stuff like that. So this time I came across the YouTube videos, and I really liked the idea of how everybody was journaling their journey on this weight loss adventure. I guess I don't feel like I'm one of those people who thinks that this surgery is gonna cure everything in my life, or I'm just gonna get it and lose 100 pounds right away or anything like that. I don't feel like I'm one of those people. It's just gonna be like a good tool, I think, to get me to where I want to be. I just want to be at that place so bad, and I thought, why not document this, and if I get approved tomorrow to be in the program, then great, I'll have this video to look back on and remember where I was when I started. I just kind of wanted to tell a little bit about myself. I have 2 kids, but they're pretty much grown. My son is 21 and my daughter is 19. So I feel like this is the first time in my life that I've had a lot of time to kind of work on myself, or take time for myself. I guess that's a better way to say it. Most of my kids' life I have gone to school, so I've worked and full-time and gone to school and raised kids, so I've always been very, very busy. I recently just for the last year and a half had 2 jobs where I was working 13 to 14 hours a day, almost 5 days a week, I would say. Maybe it's just because I feel like this is the right time in my life to do this. Maybe that's why I decided to go ahead and do it right now. I am a single mom. I was divorced like 7 years ago, and that probably also added to it. I'll go into that a lot more later. And also, I feel like another reason I really want to do this journaling or YouTubing is because I like the idea of the whole like social network, social support system. I live in Virginia, but my family, all my family lives in Oregon or California. So they live on the West Coast, so not really close at all. My kids do obviously live in Virginia, but my daughter doesn't live at home anymore, and my son is 21. He's doing 21-year-old things. He's having fun and hanging out with his friends and stuff, and I love that for him. I think that's great that he has such good friends that he can do that with. But anyway, so I think the social networking thing really appeals to me because of that. In general, I feel healthy, but I do have a lot of health-related problems. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and that causes a lot of pain. I think the extra weight I have on me obviously doesn't help that situation. I am pretty much in pain all throughout the day. It might not be the same spot, but I have pain just always. Like my back hurts, or my joints hurt, or my feet hurt, or my my neck hurts because I have arthritis in my neck. Like I always feel like I have pain somewhere, and the weight, I feel like it amplifies everything, and eventually it is going to take more and more of a toll on me with my joints the way they are. It's not a good situation. So I really feel like I need to get that under control as soon as possible. I've tried on my own, and it's just not working. And I've probably been trying for the last, at least the last 10 years and failing. And it's very discouraging. And I feel like every time I try, as the years go on, I try for a little less time than I did the time before. Like it's almost like I go into it thinking that I'm going to fail already. I also have asthma. The weight also doesn't help with that either. I get very winded very easily. About 12 years ago, I had a complete hysterectomy. Ever since that happened, I really haven't been able to get my weight to budge, and I gain weight very easily. So anyway, that's a factor. I am probably about 260 pounds right now. I don't know if I already said that, but to some people that might not sound a lot, because I know a lot of people who have weight loss surgery are heavier, but also some are lighter. So I have some friends, I think, that'll think that I'm going to extreme measures because, or maybe even family members. I don't know what an acceptable weight to them would be, but I feel like some people will judge me for that, and I don't know, I'm kind of worried about that. Not worried, but I just don't want to have to deal with it. There are some things that I'm hoping that the surgery will help with, I have a fatty liver. Obviously, I'm hoping that losing weight is going to help that. And really, my entire life, I've had acne, and I don't know if it's because I, have been overweight for so long, or, if my hormones are messed up. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I'm hoping, by eating, paying more attention to what I eat, that eventually that'll help. I've seen a lot of videos and read a lot of blogs where people say that helps. But on the other hand, I've also seen a lot of people talking about losing their hair, so maybe it's like a give and take. I don't know. Maybe you have to give up some hair, maybe to get clear skin. I don't know. But I'm hoping for the best. Oh, I guess what I'm trying to say by telling you all these things is that I'm hoping this weight loss surgery is just gonna make me be healthier, because I feel like my weight is exacerbating the problem a lot. So and it's not getting better. Like I feel like every year I kind of gain like, maybe 10 more pounds here, 10 more pounds there. And, before long, I will be 300 pounds or, it'll just keep going. So I feel like this is the time for me to act and to be brave and kind of put my fears behind me. So I kind of wanted to talk about that too, just so I could have it documented. Like I said, I am a single mom, and I have 2 kids pretty much in college, and I support them. So money is a big factor to me. I worry not only about the cost of surgery, but about the cost of the food, the protein, follow-up care, physical therapy, personal trainers, gym memberships, just anything that I can think of in the future that has a cost associated. I think probably my most emergent fear right now is that I'm going to go to this consultation appointment, and for whatever reason, I won't be a candidate for the surgery. I won't be approved. I won't meet their requirements, whatever the case may be. I'm afraid to get my hopes up because I always do that. I'm a very hopeful person, and I get my hopes up, and then I just kind of, my little feelings get crushed. So I'm hoping that that doesn't happen. I just transferred jobs 3 months ago. I just started a new job, and I'm worried that having to take off for 2 weeks is not going to be okay with them. I'm worried about, if something goes wrong and I have to take off longer, I don't know. I don't know what could happen. I mean, I can't imagine they would punish me for having to take off work, but I don't know. I always worry about stuff that doesn't even usually become an issue. I'm worried about if I do get approved and I get the surgery, I'm worried about medical complications afterwards. Things that could go wrong. God forbid, I die on the, doctor's table and the operating table, and, my kids have to fend for themselves. That's obviously, that would be worst case scenario. But even short of that, I have a job where I go on board ships, and I have to go up and down ladder wells, and if something did happen where it prevented me from doing that, that obviously wouldn't be a good thing. I am also worried that, for whatever reason, I'm worried that people will find out. I'm keeping this very quiet. The only people I've told are my 2 kids and my best friend. And I mean, I haven't told my parents. I haven't told anybody. And I think it's because, like I said, I was worried about them. I don't know who, but I'm worried about anybody just judging me and having to explain why I want to do it. I don't know. I hate dealing with stuff like that. So I'd rather not. I'm also afraid, since we're talking about all my fears, I'm afraid of putting this video on YouTube. That's a real thing for me. Like I said, I'm very private. I'm very shy, and I'm afraid that people will be mean. I'm afraid that I don't know. People complain that this video is obviously too long. It's just turned 20 minutes. I'm afraid that people will judge me from afar, because it's easy to judge people from behind a keyboard. And I don't know, that I won't live up to people's expectations, or or even my expectation. I don't know. So there's that. And then again, if I do get approved and I do have the surgery, I'm worried about failing. Failing at weight loss, failing at meeting my goals. And then also, you know, wasting money and time that I could have used on my kids or used in other ways, mostly my kids, because that's really all I care about. My kids are my life, and I don't want them to have to take time or waste time taking care of me when I could have been taking care of them. Or I don't know. But I try to tell myself it's okay. Like I deserve it too. I deserve attention, and I deserve good things just like they do. I'm not sure if anybody will ever watch this video, especially because I see that it's 25 minutes now and I never thought I would talk that long. But if nobody ever watches this, I'm just gonna do it for me. I know I've said about 10,000 times, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about the dogs barking in the background. But thanks for listening. Basically at this point in my life, I'm tired of being a heavyweight. I'm tired of being a big girl. I'm tired of being the big girl everywhere I go. In my friend groups or in my family, or not really so much in my family, but with my kids and, around their friends and just in social events. I'm tired of being the big girl. I'm tired of feeling, unattractive and, like I need to settle for things in my life because I don't feel like I'm good enough. I'm tired of being in pain. I'm tired of having to worry all the time. My anxiety kind of gets out of control sometimes. So even though I have fears and anxiety, for the first time in my life, I feel like I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful about this surgery, and I'm hopeful about the chance of a better tomorrow. I don't know, it might sound cheesy, but that's what I'm hopeful for. Wish me luck. I have my appointment tomorrow, and I'll try to make another video. Thanks. Bye.